What would you say to the people watching back home, maybe considering joining Insight for Living on another tour?
Oh, to make it if they can. God willing, yes, this is well worth the trip.
It's well organized, and the accommodations are lovely, but the information that one receives has been very enlightening and helpful in putting things in time scale and a perspective that probably didn't have as well before. I think we've really been pleased by Chuck's messages to us, been very practical. I thought the thing last night with the kind of a round table or the workshop was wonderful. I mean, it was very spontaneous, wasn't rehearsed, but the humor and the articulateness of the positions were well done, and it was just a joy to see. So we appreciated that very much.
It certainly met my expectations and exceeded, I'd say, my expectations, because I've never been to Europe in the past, and I just love the history and the castles and just the whole, learning the geography of this area and the history, and of course about the Reformation. It's been very exciting.
What's it like traveling with a bus full of people, strangers and now friends?
It was a very new experience, something I had never done in the past, so, but I certainly have enjoyed it, and getting to know all the different personalities. We've made friends. My son's with me. We've made friends with people that we're going to meet. We've already planned to meet, and knowing that everyone's Christians and that we're all in the same family, it's been fantastic.
My last question.
Yes.
There might be some people that are going to watch this and think, I don't know if it's worthwhile. The expense, the time of travel, the time on the road with these other people. What would you say to those people now that you've been through 2 weeks?
I had all of those reservations in the past, and I just determined that, my mom and I and my son, we just said we're going to go for it, because we don't want to miss this opportunity, and this only comes around every 10 years, and we didn't know where we'd be in 10 years, so we just said we'll just take this opportunity and go for it. So I would certainly encourage anyone who has the chance, maybe in 10 years to, if not sooner, to make that pilgrimage here. It's wonderful.
I think that you could not pick a better group and organization to travel with. Everything is well planned, and everything is done in order, and with getting the most out of the trip and what the travelers expect.
Well, we're enjoying the group. I'm on the Sapphire bus, and there are about 30 plus of us on the bus, and we're Christians. We're like-minded people in many ways. We study God's Word, and we sing songs, and we get to worship in the beautiful cathedrals in Prague and then in Germany. Chuck has spoken just about every day. And the beautiful music of John Dill, and playing the organs that Bach played, and learning more about Johann Sebastian Bach, as he is very much a part of our heritage too, and we have a love for his music. I've enjoyed the hotels that we've stayed in with Insight for Living. They're quality hotels. The food has been very good. It's a buffet every meal, and so it's you just don't go hungry here at all. And with all the walking and exercise, it's a good balance. So.
Okay.
I was driving to work, and I was listening to Chuck Swindoll's lesson, and at the end of the program they started talking about this Reformation tour, and talking about the Passion Play, and the Passion Play was something I'd really been interested in for many years. So I thought, oh gosh, that sounds so interesting. I'm going to go to the office. So when I got to the office, I got onto Insight for Living's webpage, and they were blogging their trip in Israel right then. So I thought, well, gosh, that would really help me see if this would be something I'd be interested in. So every day I would get on the internet, and I would go onto the blog, and there would be interviews of different people, what was happening to them, what they were expecting out of the trip. And I just saw all ages of people and how excited everyone was. And so I decided that through watching the blog was the final thing that helped me decide that this was where I wanted to be on this trip. Of course, we've been sitting close to Chuck, when we're eating. So I'm sort of eavesdropping in on what he's saying. And he has such a wonderful, funny spirit about him that's what I'm kind of laughing about, is seeing how important the scriptures are to him, but away from that, how much fun he is. And he's just sort of contagious. You know, you're around him and suddenly you're feeling his happiness and his joy. This is probably our 6th or 7th day now. It has been absolutely more than I ever dreamed, and it's just so exciting to see the countryside, the people. There's a large group here, but yet they break us down into smaller groups, and we've just become family. And then as we're traveling over the roads, we're listening to Bach, we're having lessons on Luther. It's just been absolutely a fantastic experience, more than I think I could have expected.
Exceeded our expectations. This trip has been wonderful. It's very well planned. The people who planned it have done a great job, and the people who've coordinated and ushered us through all the sites have made sure we've seen everything, and especially our tour guide Petra. I want to give her big kudos. She's done a wonderful job. Well, it's worth every penny that we've spent, and it's a chance of a lifetime. You feel the wonderful connections you make with other Christians along the way, and it brings back hope for the tomorrow, for the Christians in the world who are out there.
I would have to say that traveling on this tour with Insight, you know, brings a great deal of education. The people that are associated just give you a world of information, and unlike a lot of other tours.